Evening, welcome. How are you all doing? Back with another stream, 14 Moogle quests, and yeah, here we go. Now here's the kind of enthusiasm I like to see. My hardest working assistant back to hone her skills and ease her beloved superior's burden in the process, Kupo. Well, it just so happens that I've just the assignment for you. Do you see this most extravagant envelope in my paw? It contains a missive addressed to none other than one Master Gendelin, the realm's renowned esthetician. Oh, what I would not give to have my whiskers trimmed by those magic scissors, to feel the caress of his fine-toothed comb across my fur. But this is neither hither nor thither, Kupo. But where were we? Ah, yes. I need not tell you that the man is very, devoted to his art. Doubtless he would not even think of accepting such personal correspondence while otherwise occupied with his work. Fortunately, I am told that he has been sighted out of town of late, enjoying a hard-earned vacation, seeking inspiration for his newest hairstyles. I cannot say, only that if there is any opportunity to deliver this letter, it is now. Godspeed, my loyal friend, Kupo. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Full outfit. Alright. Beautiful song. What is bliss, eternal happiness, might not long last, and I have this man to thank for it all. How can I even begin to express my gratitude? What a ravishing lady. Her husband, to be quite, is a formidable, fortunate man. Would you not, you a delivery for me? I fear there must be some mistake. I can assure you this letter is not intended for me, as it was I who penned it. That said, I suppose 'tis no wonder I am often mistaken for my brother. We do share a certain family resemblance. Your brother, why now that you mention it, good gods, you're like two jade peas in a pod. And wait a moment, I know you too. You're the woman who brought about my birth, the one who guided me from the shadows of self-doubt to a fashionable new world of assurance and aplomb. To think that man I first thought some depraved killer would prove to be my savior, and it was you, yes you, who showed me the light. Why, thanks to you too, one of the most eligible bachelors in all of Limsa now seeks my hand in marriage. I dare say, milady, that this comes as a little surprise. Only a blind man or a fool could fail to recognize your radiant beauty. Quite the charmer you are, but you must understand, it was your brother who brought out this beauty inside me. Should you encounter him in your travels, do pass along my gratitude, master. But where are my manners? I am Gulferstein of House. Well, you are not like to know us, perhaps you do know of House Damsel, with whom we share common ancestry. It is a matter related to my house, more precisely, it's a line of succession that has brought me to this nation. Our father, you see, has been stricken with an illness most grave. Though he yet clings to life, his strength wanes with each passing day. In a moon's time we will need an heir, and there is only one man in the realm who can fill that role. For the past 5 years I said nothing, as my elder brother idled away his days crafting coffers, but I can remain silent no longer. A duty far greater than the trimming of locks calls Jadalin back to Ishgard, and I shall not leave this realm until he stands at my side. Master Jadalin of noble birth, he always did have a most dignified air about him. If you are looking for your brother, he mentioned something about heading off to procure a new comb. Only the finest of tools for my wedding day, he said. A comb. The Carpenter's Guild is located in the nation of Grindadia, is it not? I suspect that is where we will find my brother. We must away at once. I trust that you will see this missive delivered safely to my brother's hands. I have a pressing matter to attend to, but will join you in Grindadia as soon as I am able. Safe travels to you, and good day, my lady. Well, that young man certainly dashed off in a hurry. If you've a mind to deliver that letter to his brother, you best make for the Carpenter's Guild, and quickly. Back to Gridania. Inside the house. I can scarce believe the tales that Master Beaton tells. Have the years away from Ishgard truly changed my brother so? Okay, so you are from Ishgard. Looking for Jadalin, are you? As I just told his brother, the man conducted his business, then went on his way. Bah, how can my brother be so flippantly forsake duty and family. It makes not a whit of sense. Perhaps not to you. It would seem you have thoroughly convinced yourself that Jadeline is the best suited for this duty you would ask of him. You would suggest he is not? I'll not stand by while you research my brother's good name. While it is true that in recent days he is a little more than a glorified beard trimmer, I saw Jadeline serve as our father's right hand since he was scarcely a grown man. He was the very paragon of duty and honor, an example to all around him. Calm yourself, boy. I told you I hold your brother in the highest esteem. It is precisely for this reason that I speak as I do. Allow me to tell you a tale. Once upon a time there lived a young carpenter. He was possessed of some talent and great zeal for his craft, and his masters were convinced that the boy would come to great things in the guild. But the road to success is fraught with many perils. After suffering the loss of a close friend, the youth began to lose his way. Racked with despair, he let both mind and body go to waste. His close-cropped coif grew to a rampant snow, obstructing his field of vision and getting tangled in his hands as he wielded his hammer. His work suffered, and his masters began to ask if he might not consider another profession. One day, as he shambled to the workshop, he was ambushed by a strange man wielding twin blades. Before he could even realize what was happening, his tangled locks lay on the ground in a scattered heap. In that moment, he came to a realization. Thanking the man for his services, he returned to his workshop. As if by magic, the youth wielded his tools with a newfound focus and confidence. Works of surpassing quality emerged from his hands, and he reclaimed his status as the guild's rising star. Today he stands before you as timber master, wearing his hair in the same fashion as he did the day of his rebirth. Plant a sapling in the Twellswood, and one day it shall grow into a mighty oak. Plant it on a snowy crag in Corthias, and it is not like to survive the first winter. If you would seek out your brother, pray consider these words. You will find him at the Alchemist Guild in Ul'dah. I thank you, my good man. While I cannot say the moral of the tale is immediately clear to me, I will take some time to ponder your words on my journey. Fare thee well. Like a sturdy setter, growing strong and true, that boy, but allow cedar to dry over much, and it is quick to splinter and shatter. You seek Jadeline too, yes? Pray watch over this brother of his. I trust this journey will take him further than he can even imagine. And send my regards to Severin. Jadeline presiding over his lands from the cold vast chambers of a manse in Ishgard. If one were to plant an island palm against the snowy drifts of Ishgard, I wonder how it might fare. Okay. Back to Ul'dah. Yeah. This stubborn fool won't tell me nothing. I dare say conversing with the walls of Snowcloak would prove more fruitful. You too come in search of Jadeline. Do I look like the man's mother? He had business here, and that business is now done. He has moved on, and I suggest the two of you do the same. I need not tell you that I am a busy man. How many times must I repeat myself? Simply tell me where my brother has gone, and I will be glad to leave you to your dabbings and tinkerings. Bah, I beg of you, friend, talk some sense into this man. Surely in your capacity as the post-Moogle's assistant, your words carry some authority. The order could come from the Sultana herself, and I would say nothing. Sending a man of such rare genius off to some musty, dreary Ishgardian lands? Why, the mere thought makes my blood boil. If you care so much for your family's dements, go defend it yourself. Would that I could, but I fear I am not, and not ever have been, my brother's equal. Yes, any half-wit could see that. Jadeline is possessed of both brilliant mind and insatiable curiosity, a combination I have rarely seen in any but myself. Wow. You, on the other hand, are about as sharp as a sack of rocks, and half as interesting. If there's anyone fit to being bound by the stuffy traditions of your homeland, I dare say it's you. But wait, yes, of course, I take back everything I said earlier. By all means, go seek out your brother. Indeed, I urge you to do so with all haste. Jadeline set off for the Adventurers Guild in Limsa Limonza. Make your way there at once, lest I pour some acid down your trousers to speed you on your way. I know not what led to the change in heart, my good man, and yet I thank you for your seeing reason. Good day. The boy is a fool, but he is an amusing fool, which I must say is the best kind. And you, what are you still doing here? Were you not after Jadeline yourself? Off to Limsa with you. I suspect there will be quite the show, and you'll not want to be late. The boy is a fool, but he is an amusing fool, which I must say is the best kind. But you? Were you not after... Oh, yep. Same dialogue. Okay. There we go. I have traveled long and far, and finally I found you. Do you hear me, brother? Father needs our help, and none save you can follow in his proud footsteps. Of course he's posing. A letter for me? As you can see, I am somewhat occupied at the moment, but for you, darling, anything. Remarkable friend, to travel the realm thrice over to deliver my missive to my brother. You are a true exemplar to messengers everywhere. Well spoken, brother mine. I have found myself quite taken with this adventurer as well. It is as if we share a mind. If you feel this way, brother, then why do you resist your calling? Father needs you. I need you. How long do you intend to persist in this folly? When did you become such a dreadful bore, dear brother? Have the chill winds of your homeland frozen the heart that once beat inside you? I am simply answering the call of my family's duty, a call that I ask you to heed as well. I ask you to heed as well. You are the eldest son. None save you can carry on the family line. In these 5 years, the child I knew has grown into a man, and yet there is an unsightliness about you. The meekness, the timidity does not befit you. My hands tingle in disgust. Brother, what is this you say? Just as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon. Ye gods, no! Hair extensions woven from the tail hair of a jet-black eastern steed, a mustache plucked from a mighty venomous mane. Tell me, brother, how do you feel? Well, if it is as if the shadows of self-doubt have been purged from my soul, cast away by the light of a singular, unwavering confidence. Where once stood a faltering child, now stands a man brave and bold. Who knew that long locks and facial hair could be so empowering? It is as if I have died and become anew. Just so, brother, you were always meant to follow in Father's footsteps, just as I was to pursue this path of my own. I have simply brought out the man that was always inside you. A most happy name day to a brother reborn. The words of Master Beating and Severin, it all seems so clear now. Good gods, how could I have been so blind? Forgive me for making mock of your art, brother. The people of this realm need you, that much is clear. Worry not for father or for our land. Yes, I shall return to Ishgard and do our family proud. For all those years that I looked at my brother with admiration, I never truly comprehended his greatness until this day. For this I have you to thank, friend, till our paths cross again. Level 10. Double digits. Alright. Come on now. Have I got an assignment for you, Kupo? Fan letters addressed to one of Ulda's premium gladiators, the Prince of Bloodhounds, the one and only Franz the Fair. After all you've done on my behalf, I think it only fair to reward you just so. So charismatic he is that even a moogle unacquainted with the games cannot help but swoon when delivering the daily batch, Kupo. Franz is training for an upcoming match, so you can probably find him all at the Gladiators Guild in Ulda, Kupo. And what can I do for you this most beauteous afternoon? Shall I sign your flyer with my mark, perhaps? Cease that transaction, the assistant. My provisional post was women. I will not permit you to endanger the well-being of my prized gladiator. Ever the Lanista Arbabunga. Lately he has been more likely an overly concerned father, though. With ample cause, every day brings us more disconcerting missives from disgruntled fans and dishonored opponents, with ever more elaborate threats. I fear not jealousy and envy from my enemies. I will them words leap from parchment and do Franz harm? What in the seven hells is that horrid stench? The foul fruit of poisonous intent. Oh, look at the little thing. A horrible seedling concealed within the letter. Pray hold your breath while I dispose of this creature. The wages of fame and fortune, mayhap, Franz cannot help but attract the adoration of misguided souls who covet his body and soul. Melodrama does not become you, my dear. A doe-eyed maiden's affections are no match for an opponent's blade, and both have yet to leave a mark. Ain't the woman folk you need to fear, pretty boy, but their husbands and the sellswords. What they hire to gut ye in your sleep. Hells, for enough gil, I'd take the job myself. His mutinous phrasing notwithstanding, low Lizard's suppositions are closest to mine own. The language of past letters is most telling. You're all-faced, pretty boy. Stay out of the Colosseum. If you step onto the bloodstains again, I'll rip your head off and, well, I needn't continue. Suffice to say, other gladiators are whom I deem to be the most likely culprits. Excuse me. If so, then the These fine upstanding gentlemen and women are more than welcome to seek recompense in the Colosseum anyway. I've heard enough. I must clear my head before the match. Pretty boy's got the right idea there. Think I'll have a drink before we go to work. Come now, you have to admit that was awful suspicious. Are you sure Lang ain't behind the threats? He's obviously jealous of Fran's popularity. I will not attempt to speak on to his feelings. That said, Longser and his brethren committed many terrible crimes in the Black Shroud. He may have paid his dues, but how far can we trust a man such as he? After running afoul of the brass blade some time ago, Longser was declared a Noxus. I was fortunate enough to witness an early performance during which his glorious potential became apparent to me. Hence I saw him properly armed and given into my care, where he flourished like all my charges and earned enough to purchase his freedom. In any case, I firmly believe that these letters are the work of others. Moreover, I am certain that these cretins will make further attempts to harass friends, or worse, which is why I would engage your services, good postwoman, to ensure his safety. I should not be surprised if our enemies attempt to masquerade as devoted fans in order to gain access to friends. Therefore, I would have you investigate our fans separately to see if any are behaving suspiciously. Post these postcards on walls of the Colosseum and distribute these flyers to fans on the Step of Null. If you notice aught out of the ordinary, pray inform me, and we shall discuss our next move. Observe closely the reactions of fans as you post the place cards and distribute the flyers. If these friends detest France as much as I believe, your actions may drive them to reveal their intent. Or perhaps, like the others, you think Lagsuit is responsible. I think not, and for one unassailable reason. Logsert was once condemned to the Maracha pit for ghastly violent crimes. It was that self-same propensity for violence which saw him declared a Noxus and earned himself his freedom. If truly he wished to do friends harm, he would be far more direct, I should think. Men are not wont to change, particularly when they continue to be rewarded for their faults. On the bloodstains, I trust him, no question. Anywhere else? Hells no. Okay. The match is almost upon us, boys, so make sure ye know the chants by heart. And don't let me catch either of ye sober when the match starts. This is a goddamn fight, not a bleeding service at the observatory. Would you look at that, boys? A new friend's the fair place card. Or look at the beauties they drew cheering him on. He's swivin' your wife. He's swivin' your wife. France the fair. He's swivin' your wife. Oh. Pay me no mind, good madame. I am but another adoring fan of friends the fair like you. I presume I would certainly never engage in untoward activities in the pursuit of my hobbies. Not sus at all. Isn't that a new friend, the fair place card? Calm yourself, fool. When the time is right, we shall remove it from the wall and add it to the collection. Wait, what is this sensation? Is someone watching us? No, not us. We are of no concern to anyone. It is the place where they want, like we do. That's us. Alright. Not. What? To get the man who has everything. Oh, is that Franz the fair flyer in your hand? I must have it. Look at the way the artist has captured his trademark grin. How he glares at his opponents with disdain. I cannot wait to see this vision become reality in the arena. Wielding his... Oh, that should be splendid. I shall send him the finest sword money can buy. More than a few gladiators take after Franz the Fair. Like the fellow here, of course, there's no substitute for the real thing. Oh my, I had no idea Franz was fighting so soon. I was so taken with this imitation that I nearly missed the genuine article. What to wear, what to wear. I must prepare the perfect ensemble to catch his eye and seduce him from... Ah, did you feel that? I just had the strangest sensation that someone was staring daggers at us. Okay, so someone's watching me. So, tell me, did you notice aught amiss aside from the usual shenanigans preceding a Colosseum match, that is? I see. Well, if it so happens that I sorted through the remainder of Fran's mail and found a score of new threatening letters, I had no choice but to inform Silent Moss and Il Invido, who were so overwhelmed with concern that they took to the streets in search of their companion. While we await their return, I would have you continue your covert surveillance of the Colosseum by consorting with our more prestigious guest as my representative. You may begin with Lady Genevieve. Extend to her your warmest welcome on my behalf, but remain ever vigilant to your surroundings. Do you expect me to welcome your intrusion? You will know that I do not. Right. Save your pleasantries for another time. My beloved Franz shall walk upon the bloodstand soon, and I would not miss his triumphant return for the world. That voice just now, from the steps of Nald. Some misfortune must have befallen that low-bred Miquote. It is past time, I say. She is not fit to fight alongside my friends. Okay. I'm fine. One of the bastard's partners must have cracked me on the head from behind. Still can't see straight, but I saw well enough. Franz was walking towards Emerald Avenue, and Ling following him at a distance. How could he, after everything that Franz and Babuga did for him? Even Minopo can't find his way out of a sentence. If it wasn't for Franz, Lang would have died of Noxus. And that's what'll happen if he's fool enough to kill Franz, but you won't let him, will ya? Don't worry about me, worry about Franz. Find Lang before he does something foolish. Where are you? I see. No choice. Too many innocents. It was all we could do to defend ourselves. What in the seven hells are you all blabbing about? Kill Franz. Did the girl take a troubling bash or noggin? We were wrong, Postwoman. Both Lazaret was tracking the gladiators, hunting Franz. It would seem he's been keeping watch over the boy since the moment he left the guild. Pretty boy's got talent, but he's raw. Knows how to deal with enemies he can see, but hasn't an inkling how to deal with those he can't. So I make a habit of following him from time to time. Of course, he's a slippery one and often gets away. Credit for this particular failure goes not to Franz, though. Gladiators noticed our presence. We were unprepared, and there were too many innocents. Sod it, I ain't making excuses. All I wanted to do was keep him safe. I owe him that much. Gil, Ale, woman. tain't not compared to freedom. A man what helps you win that is a man you owe for life. Oi, postwoman, you're the only one still standing, helping old poor son keep his honor and go after the pretty boy, and the others went out the gate of Null. They wore masks and fought with the fury of Colosseum gladiators. We will need time to recover. More than the me body, my pride's in a bad way. Quit dilly-dallying and go after the boy. They went out of the gate of Null. You'll know them by their masks and their tempers. Be careful. Easy. So unvirtuous, how all my friends have suffered for my sake. But you, good postwoman, you were magnificent in battle, beauteous even, more so than me to be sure. How did you become as you are? I must know. My fans, they cheer for me. They believe me beautiful, yet in truth I could never live up to their expectations, if put to a true test. Long have I suspected that the syndicate conspires to have my party face lesser opponents to ensure our victory. So when I learned the gladiators' threats, I was overjoyed. I stoked the fires of their jealousy to invite an attack. Long had I craved a true challenge, and soon I would have it. 'Twas to be my quest alone. None were to be involved, much less hurt. Alas, out of fear for my safety, all have suffered on my account. Bugger me, if you wanted a beating, all you had to do was ask. Hells, I have a mind to give him one anyway. There's to be no more mopping or sneaking about, is that clear? Moping. This crisis of confidence is hardly warranted, friends. You're a formidable gladiator, not to mention the soul of this team. Goddamn's right, we weren't trying to protect ye, 'cause we thought ye were weak. We were doing it 'cause that's what you mates are supposed to do. You hearing all this, Prince of Bloodstains? The pride of Ul'dah, the soft southern dandy, quit contemplating your navel and accept that you're pretty goddamn good at this gladiator business. Yeah, I am pretty good, aren't I? Beauteous, even. I don't know what came over me. And with that, I believe it is time for your beauteous return to the shores of Gladiatoriania. I'll fight in this match solo. The others are in no condition to participate. And just like that, he regresses and attempts to shoulder the golden burden by himself once more. Lest you forget, I am also pretty good at this conjuring business. Those weaklings in the Colosseum don't stand a chance against us, even as we are now. Let's just earn our pay and get back to the training grounds. Try not to be too efficient. Remember that it's not about if you win, but how you win. The style, the improvisation. Give the crowd something to remember. Then you may return to Halatali. Say, you should come and join us afterwards, postwoman. I would love nothing more than a pit of my beauteous skills against yours. Halatali ain't as glamorous as the Bloodsands, but I agree you'll have a grand old time. Alright. Yep. Alright, and with that, I'll call it for this stream. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.